Hi, my name is Anjani, and today I'm reading the astrology chart for the upcoming new moon in Pisces, and there's also an eclipse at the same time, and the time is 6:58 a.m. tomorrow, which will be the 26th of February. And this time is for Pacific Standard in San Diego, where I currently live. So usually I call in sacred space before I do these videos, but given that the new moon is in Pisces, I'm going to call in sacred space here. So just to also do that for yourself, I'm going to be calling in sacred space the way I do it, but however feels right for you. So first off, I just like to get grounded, take some deep breaths, bring all of my essence into my physical body, and start off by calling in the elements of earth for grounded support, calling in water for reflective abilities, the psychic realm, the empathic abilities, and really good reflective quality that water brings. Calling in air for that, the sound, the vibration, when you get that intuition and it hits from the air realm. Calling in fire for activity, inspiration, being able to take action based on what you're inspired to do. That's fire for me today, calling in fire. Also like to call in the great energies of the ancient ones who've tracked time and made this information available for us through all the ancient ways of keeping time and knowing the movements of the planets and the earth, all the standing stone temples that they've built in coordination with the sky. All the elders and people before who have kept this information moving and made it available to all of us. Always like to call it my higher self, being able to bring information in from a clear place, so emptying my body, emptying myself, my perceptions as much as possible, so the information can run through me clear and clean. So it is. So I'm going to leave it like that for now. Let's look at this wonderful, magical chart. You can see here in the sign of Pisces, we have first house, and we just have a lot of stuff happening in Pisces. So see if the focus is good. So you can see Mercury up there with the south node, and then the moon and the sun are exact at 8 degrees. And then right after that, there's Neptune, who is very close to that sun and moon conjunction. Neptune is at 11 degrees. And then we have the rising, so the ascendant is there. And Chiron, still in the sign of Pisces. Chiron is now at 23 degrees. So that's basically a lot of activity in the sign of Pisces. There's other things going on too, but obviously this is where I'm going to start today. So the new moon is, like every video that I always say this beginning of the new moon readings, just because it's really important that even if you don't hear anything else that I'm going to say about the new moon, the current new moon, the one thing that you want to be aware of is the new moon is a starting of a new phase, a new cycle. So the sun and moon come together and they're at the same point, and this is the start of Pisces season. So this morning when I woke up, I had the most amazing dream, which I'm going to make a video about it because it's about Tupac and his astrology chart. And in the dream, he was actually showing me his chart. and drew a picture. And when I woke up, I drew it out. I wrote the times that he gave me, or that I was shown in the dream. And this is the energy of Pisces. This is what Pisces season is really doing for us all. Now, I have a lot of things in Pisces on my own chart. So I have that here because I'm going to read for my birthday. And you can see Pisces, and then I have all this stuff in Pisces. So that's something that it's part of my makeup. But let's see, I have another chart here. And this person has absolutely nothing in Pisces, but that doesn't mean that he wouldn't get those same initiations. And because when the sun is in Pisces, every time the sun moves to a different place, it's activating those things in you, in us all collectively. So even though you might not have things in a particular area, so looking at this wheel, imagining that this is your consciousness, you, and each place representing a different part of your life, home, fun, luxury, aggression or assertiveness, like that. Then each of the planets having a different quality to them, and we can see the relationship that they have. But when the sun and moon are in a certain sign, it gives an extra energy of whatever those qualities are. I hope that makes sense. But the new moon that we're experiencing is a starting point. So what you want to do is write out your intentions for this next phase, this next cycle. So for Pisces energy is very, very, I want to say non-tangible. It is what one of my ex-lovers said about me: you are an enigma wrapped in a yoga asana. So that's the energy of Pisces, not the yoga part, kind of, but the enigma. It is something that can be known. It can be understood, only experienced. So this is the realm of dreams, the realm of intuition, everything that has to do with the Akasha, the Akashic records. This is a place that Pisces is very comfortable with, meaning that that's the dark, the void, the loving darkness. When Carl Jung was talking about the collective unconscious, Pisces is that energy. So we're able to go into that place within ourselves, go into that feeling place, and have access to every bit of information that ever was and that ever will be. This is the Akashic records. This has to do on our chart. You can look at the 12th house. That's the Akasha. Pisces, that is the Akasha. It's the consciousness, the unconscious, the deep, mysterious waters. I used to love when I was a kid watching, I still do, I'm still a kid, watching those videos of deep sea diving and this unknown realm. There's those creatures with the lights. They're underwater, but they have adapted and have a light that comes off of their head. I don't know if you've ever seen that, but if you haven't, Google it. It's amazing. The things that we don't know from the sea, from the depths of the sea, that's Pisces. And we all have something in us that is that energy. And the closer you are to understanding it, the further away you are from understanding it. It's just a pole, it's a polarity. Some people are all the way in the Akasha. Some people are like, what are you talking about? They're at the other end. It's an axis. And we all have that axis built in as part of us. So that was a lot of talking, not about the new moon. But anyway, here we go. We see that the sun and moon are okay. So I use a 10-degree orb when I'm talking about what's together. And we have Mercury, the south node, the sun and the moon, all within a 10-degree orb. Excuse me. And it's trine to Jupiter. So Jupiter is a planet of expansion, evolution. This is where we evolve. And with the trine to this whole grouping here, without having to get into specifics about what each of these things mean, we can oversimplify this into getting the understanding that everything I just talked about the unconscious, the collective unconscious, the loving void, the bottom of the sea, the depths of your consciousness are being expanded. This is going to be a time, this next cycle anyway, is really, we're going in, we're diving to the depths and being able to communicate that, being able to perceive what we are feeling from the depths of the collective or just the depths of your own consciousness. So when you're getting into the depths of your own consciousness, there really is no separation from the collective. That's, it's like consciousness itself. When you go in and you start to find or experience things from your own dark matter, your own dreamy state, your own unconscious self, that is also part of the collective, because you open the door into the unconscious, and where are you in comparison to the collective? It's like it's just one. It's really good to know that part of yourself and get used to what it feels like to be in that space within yourself, because then when you're in these experiences, like with Pluto, we have a lot of Pluto stuff going on, you can understand more about what is for you, what is for me, and, how to move in the dark, how to find your way in the dark, how to not be afraid in the dark. This is really integration. This is really where we are able to be whole and complete. Going now to Mars with Uranus in the sign of Aries, opposing Jupiter. So Mars is going to be that part of us that is, traditionally we call this the masculine, but what I'm going to work with is your assertive nature, your go get 'em, your action, the part of you that is actional. And then collectively, yes, it is that force, the force in the world. Right there with Uranus says that there is an unpredictability. There is a change coming. This Uranus is the change agent, and Mars being the active part. So putting that together, you can see that something is changing about the way that we use our force. And this is being also expanded. Anything that touches Jupiter is bringing joy, jovial, youth-like, making it big, expanding it. And overall, this is going to bring an expansion in our consciousness, in the evolution of the world. The next thing here, we have this same conjunction with Aries and Uranus, trine to Saturn, which happens to be on the midheaven. So building structure, building form with this new and changeable form of the masculine. Saying masculine interchangeably with the part of us that is assertive, aggressive, having the stamina and the action-oriented part of you, part of us collectively. So that was 14 minutes. Let's leave it like that for now. I feel like doing these new moon, especially the new moon, more so than the full moon, the more simple we can make it, the better, because this is your time to plant your seeds, to plant your intentions and dream the dream forward. We're creating something collectively, and especially with a Pisces new moon, letting it be as simple and, mysterious as possible, I feel like is going to be really helpful. Please leave any comments. I would love to hear from you. Look up for the next video. I'm going to do that now. And this is the Tupac video. I have chills just thinking about it. I can't wait to do this video. So thank you so much. Happy new moon. Enjoy your time with the Pisces season.